And joining us on the phone now is Ben Crawford, CEO of CentralNic. Good morning to you, Ben.
Good morning, Ken.
Tell us about your company. CentralNic, is that right?
That's right. Well, CentralNic is a domain name registry, so we're one of the companies that supplies domain names to the companies, the websites where people go to buy them, like Network Solutions and Register.com and GoDaddy and so on. And we've been around for about 15 years. We provide 26 domain names all around the world, everywhere from Brazil to Japan. And in the U.S., we do .la and .us.com, and we're about to launch .us.org as an ending for domain names. And we're very involved in this new generation of domain names which we expect to come out next year.
Why is my first question. Why are we having new domain names?
Well, there's about, there's a couple of reasons. One is, at the moment, there's about 250 country codes, so that's endings like .uk.co.uk in England and so on. And then there's about 25 other generic domain names like .com, .net, and so on. And there's a huge amount of .com names. There's about 100 million. And one of the upshots of that is it's virtually impossible to get the name that you want anymore. And so the governing body of the Internet, ICANN, part of their mission is to encourage competition. And obviously competition means new entrants into the market. That's good. It's good news for companies. Companies have lots of problems with the existing domain name system, particularly that there's no regulation to stop people getting your trademark or your company name as a .com, and then you have to go to arbitration to get it back. A lot of companies have to buy large portfolios of domain names defensively, not because they want to build websites on them, but to prevent competitors or counterfeiters and so on from getting domain names that include their brand names. And so there's a few opportunities here with these new domain names that's going to allow business to move away from those existing unregulated models.
Are you saying the new models will be regulated in some way? It seems to me they'd have the same problem.
They'll be much more regulated. That's right. They'll be much more regulated, much more secure, much more regulated than in fact, it's kind of, there'll be a couple of different types. There'll be some that are equally unregulated, but for instance, there's opportunities here for industry associations to get a brand name that relates to their industry. So the International Hotel Association is going to get .hotel, and they can set the policies for who can get a .hotel, under what circumstances would you get your .hotel domain name taken away. And so that would really eliminate a lot of the issues that people have with existing domains, and that can happen for every industry. And then the other big opportunity is for companies, for rights holders, trademark owners to get their own domain names.
How do you get?
Please.
How do you get to be one of these companies that gets to just sell names? It's like selling air, right? I mean, how do you get to become GoDaddy? What's the story there?
Well, essentially, you just it's a free market. You need accreditation from ICANN, and then after that, you can just set up shop and start selling them. It's there's in fact about 100,000 registrars, they're called, and resellers around the world. So it's a highly competitive business as well. So I don't know if the margins are that fantastic these days for jumping into the registrar business.
Well, Ben, I guess we'll have to overcome some old habits and change our thinking here, because it's almost a second nature for us to say something.com these days, or .org or whatever.
No, absolutely. I think you'll find out a lot of companies start saying, well, you don't need to put the .com or the .net on the end anymore, because they're going to get their own top-level domains. And there's so many benefits to that. It will help eliminate user confusion about what's the official website.
Right.
It'll help eliminate fraud and fake websites, and obviously it will give companies control of every single domain that ends with their .brand. And the advantage of that is every product, every location, every promotion you do, you can actually get the domain that you want. And that's why we've set up a company, DotBrand Solutions, to help companies achieve that.
Ben Crawford, CEO of CentralNic, joining us. It's a brave, exciting new world. Ben, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Julie.